Hello, Jared Gucci here with Dynasty Web Solutions. Today I'm going to talk about how often to blog, and I'm going to introduce something called the 2030 rule, which is going to set you up on the right path to make sure that you have a consistent blogging schedule. Now, most of us, we just do not have time to blog and write articles about our business, but it is very important to establish credibility online and also to generate search engine traffic to your website. So I've developed something called the 2030 method. And what this does is actually allow you to publish 20 articles in a month, taking 30 minutes each, which is about 10 hours a month. Okay. So if you follow this plan, you will be able to crank out 20 articles on your site in just 10 hours a month. I'm going to walk you through the details of this plan. So, one big part of this entire process is the editorial calendar. You need to actually plan out the work and you need to work the plan. You create a calendar of your posts in advance. So you're not just writing by the seat of your pants when you're sitting down to blog. You actually have a plan as to what you're going to write about and specific keywords you're going to go after, and even a specific call to action that you want people to take when they read your article. And this process is set up with the assumption that you are using a blogging platform called WordPress. And there are a few plugins that need to be installed into your WordPress site to run along with this process. The first one of them is an editorial calendar plugin, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I'm going to show you the spreadsheet that is your editorial calendar. And you will see here that we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday here on the left-hand column. In the top column, we have our focus keyword, our topic or title of the article, the summary of what we're going to write about, and then our offer or our call to action. And then, of course, we have week 1, week 2, 3, 4. This is actually available for you to download below this video. So don't worry about reaching out for me for that. You can get this below the video. But I just want to kind of break down what these columns are. Now, the focus keyword is that search term that you're going to target for this particular article. And then the topic and title, of course, would be the title of that article you're going to write, a little brief summary about it, and then what sort of call to action do you want to present to the reader so they can actually, take action once they read your article. And of course, we have an author over here. We have a due date, publish date, because, of course, with WordPress, you can write your articles ahead of time and schedule them to publish at a later date. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit here. Now, going back to that, 20 posts in 30 days using 10 hours. Now, the thing you have to remember is you do not always have to write these articles yourself. There's a few different methods that you can use to gather content for your. Now, one of the most popular methods in blogging is what I like to call SOP, and that's syndicating other people's posts. And what I mean by that is finding an article that's relevant to your topic, focus keyword, and call to action that was written by somebody else online, and taking a portion of that article and putting it within your post, and then just giving the author credit and linking off to that full article. Another way you can syndicate other people's posts is you can kind of write a summary of their article and then create a link that references the author and links off to the actual full article. SOP is a very, very handy method to creating an article in a short period of time, and depending on where you got that article from, if you are getting it from a really popular, well-known blogging site, you can actually get some good search engine juice from linking off to that article. So definitely use SOP. The other method here is soliciting for other authors. You can have other authors on your site writing articles for you, so then you are not the only one contributing content to your blog. So, Sometimes they will just do it for the visibility. In some cases, you may have to pay them for their time. The third one here I have is crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing is rapidly becoming a popular method of creating content. And what crowdsourcing is basically putting out there to the online community that are looking for writing gigs, that you do have a job for them, and you pay them either by the word or by the article, depending on what the arrangement is, but you're actually paying for the content. And in most cases, the payment structure is pretty affordable. So crowdsourcing is another way that you can build some articles for your site. The fourth one here is called content spinning, and this is more of I don't want to say black hat, but it is kind of a more down low search engine optimization technique, and not necessarily for the human reader, but it can work in some cases. And basically, what content spinning is taking an article that you have already written, putting it into a content spinner, and the software actually rewrites it for you using different words. So it does create a unique article because it's not an exact duplicate of the original. And in some cases, the really good content spinners will make it much different. So that's a technique as well. And then the last one is one that I use often as well. I like to call it rinse and repeat. And basically, what you're doing with rinse and repeat is you are taking a popular article that perhaps you've written six to 12 months ago, and you're kind of rewriting it a little bit, adding some new information to it, and then changing the publish date to the current date. So this again will put it at the top of the list of your articles. There will be some fresh content in there. You're not rewriting the whole post, but you are kind of freshening it up and bringing it back to the top of the pack. So these 5 things are some other options that you have to create those 20 articles per month. And you will notice, I'm just going to pull up a sample editorial calendar here in the spreadsheet. You will notice that in my content details, I've put R&W, which is research and write. So that is actually an article that I will write unique from scratch. And then you'll see R&R here. This is an article I will rinse and repeat that's already been written. And then I have SOP here, which I will find an article that deals with people subscribing to a blog, and I will syndicate it on my site and make sure I give the author credit. So you can put those different methods into your editorial calendar here as your spreadsheet, and that will help you kind of figure out the time frame it's going to take for each post. You can see here in week 1 I had a crowdsourcing post here. You see I put Fiverr, so I can pay somebody $5 on Fiverr to write a unique article about, this is kind of a generic topic, so I'm not too concerned. I will proofread it, of course, and make sure the article does meet the standards of my audience. But, paying $5 for this, how long will that actually take me to write that post? It will not take long because it's going to be written for me. I just have to proofread it and then publish it on my own site. So using those different methods can help you accomplish those 20 posts in 30 days using a maximum of 10 hours. And what that actually gives you is it gives you 2.5 hours per week to write out these posts. And that's more than doable because that would be 30 minutes per day. So as you sit down and write your schedule out, your work week schedule, you want to make sure you include 30 minutes of blogging in each day. And of course, when you begin this process, you might not be 30 minutes, you might be 45. You potentially could be a little less, a little over, but once you get into a routine with it, and the key piece is actually setting up this spreadsheet. So you should set this up a month in advance. So if we are going to be blogging for June, we should actually be setting this up in May. So that way, when June hits, we already know what we're going to be writing about, and that's half the battle, and that's actually what eats up a lot of the time. So this piece is actually key, and then just taking this information and then putting it into your website and publishing it. The other really important thing to remember is that you're using the appropriate plugins that will help streamline the process as well. One that I mentioned earlier is called the Editorial Calendar, and this is a WordPress plugin. Let me just open it up here for you. This is a WordPress plugin. It is completely free, and what it does is it installs a calendar layout of your blog posts. And what you can do is you can actually take what you've created on your spreadsheet and you can input it into your calendar for the entire month. And then when you are ready to write those posts, you can simply click on your title. You can go in there and you can add the content. You could even write all of your posts in advance and then just schedule them to publish. I don't encourage anybody to publish more than one post per day. So, when you do schedule those, keep that in mind. But the editorial calendar gives you a nice calendar snapshot of what you've created on your spreadsheet. And the other plugin that goes along with this process is a plugin called WordPress SEO plugin. And it's created by a company called Yoast. Let's just open it up here. WordPress SEO by Yoast. And what this will allow you to do is to take that focus keyword that you put in your spreadsheet and input it into a kind of an analysis area within your post editing screen that will allow you to walk through the steps to make sure that that article you are writing is optimized for that focus keyword. So that's why this column is in here. It's very important. You want to get the biggest bang for your buck on your articles. So you want to make sure that, you cover your bases. But that plugin will allow you to optimize your article on a particular focus keyword. So again, we started this conversation talking about creating 20 blog posts in 30 days using a maximum of 10 hours. And this system has been proven. I use it myself. I have clients that use it, and it does work. And in some cases, I have clients that email me and tell me that they've actually published more than 20 in a month, or they have some left over for the next month. So they kind of get ahead of the game a bit. But if you do have any questions, feel free to comment below. There is some more details below this video about the plugins that I mentioned, as well as a link to download the spreadsheet template so you can use it in your own business. And hope this was helpful.